All right, guys, welcome to In the Pocket with Rich Gannon. First of all, we can't start this interview without mentioning a happy birthday to you, Rich. I know there's no place you wanted to celebrate more than Indy, but at least you were close to home, didn't have to travel very far. But happy birthday. It was on the 20th.
Yes, Erin, thank you so much. And a lot of well wishes from Raider fans. And it was a great day. Of course, anytime you're getting a chance to be around football, call football on your birthday, it's a pretty special day.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, another heartbreaker in Las Vegas. Of course, the Raiders falling to their division foe in the Chargers, but everybody still buzzing about the play from backup Marcus Mariota. You hate to see anybody go down with an injury, but flashes of why the guy was the number 2 overall pick back in 2015. What'd you think of number 8's play?
I was really encouraged and I was happy for him. You hate to see Derek get hurt. I just texted with him a few minutes ago. I think he's going to try and practice this week and hopefully play, but it's good to have quality depth and experience at that position. That's why the Raiders went out and got Marcus. And I was pleased that he came in and performed well. And it shows he's a pro. I mean, he was ready to play. He didn't get very much time in practice. I thought he took advantage of the opportunity. I thought he provided a spark for the football team. I thought maybe the best play in the game, this may sound crazy, but I think it speaks volumes about this kid's toughness. He throws an interception and he finds a way to chase down Chris Harris on the boundary. To me, that could have been a game-saving play. I mean, if they go on to win that football game, we're going to look back on that play and say that's one of the reasons they won that game. He took a negative and maybe try to turn it into a positive. But I think it speaks volumes about his toughness, his grit, his determination, his effort, his finish. I think we saw that from him, not just in terms of how he threw the football, but how he ran around and made plays with his legs as well.
There you go. 88 rushing yards. He was the lead rusher on the day, making plays with his arms. I was impressed by his accuracy, a guy that wasn't really available until October, dealing with the pec injury. And then, yes, like when you said, it came down to it. He was ready to perform when his name was called. Speaking, by the way, of an Oregon Duck, on the other side of the ball, of course, defensively, the Raiders really didn't have answers for rookie Justin Herbert. I know you, of course, spoke about him earlier in the year, but he is going to be a problem for the Silver and Black for years to come.
He is. I think there's a couple of reasons why, Erin. He's a smart player. He takes good care of the football. He hasn't thrown many interceptions this year. He's very accurate with the ball. He can throw the ball on the move outside the pocket. He's a bigger quarterback. He's 6'6". He's 237 pounds, and he can run. He runs for a couple of first downs every week. The problem he has right now is they're not helping him. Between the offensive coordinator and the head coach and their game management, it's as bad as I've ever seen. And he's got to take more control. He's got to be willing to clock the ball. He's got to be willing to call the timeout. He's got to be willing to, wave off the coordinator and say, I got it in this situation. Too many times they have had leads in games this year and haven't been able to finish it out. They were able to do it against the Raiders, obviously, the other night, but he's got a bright future in this league, but he's got to take more control in the huddle and at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 27 passing touchdowns for the rookie. That is tied with Baker Mayfield for the most passing touchdowns by a rookie in NFL history. So certainly a lot to build on there when it comes to potential for Justin Herbert. And Rich, with the playoff chances looking quite slim for the Raiders heading into this week, how do you as a team stick together these next couple of weeks and finish the season strong? Because, how important would it be to head into the offseason with a little bit of momentum?
It's so important, Aaron. It's a great point that you bring up. It's so important to build some confidence and momentum as you head into the offseason. Finish the season strong, feel good about your effort and performance. And look, every player, every coach that walks in the building between now and January 3rd is being evaluated. This is a results-oriented business. And if you don't play your best football these last couple of weeks, it's going to be out there on film for everybody to see, not just John Gruden and Mike Mayock and the Raider organization, but the next place you go. Because look, they're going to make some tough decisions this offseason. They're going to continue to turn over this roster. They're going to continue to try and get better on both sides of the ball. But I think especially defensively, that's an area where the Raiders have to improve. You can't just keep giving up 35 points every week and expect that your offense is going to score 40. It's just not the way it works in the NFL.
Interesting point you made. There is still something to play for. Absolutely looking towards the offseason. What is this Raiders team going to look like? And what is important for them to build on, of course, as they head into the 2021 season. And you mentioned the defense. Well, guess what? They've got another rookie coming to town. This time it's Tua and the Dolphins, and that defense is hot too. But how does the Raiders defense slow down this Miami offense that put on 250 yards rushing combined against Bill Belichick and the Patriots last week?
Yeah, you can't fall in love with the quarterback because they're minimizing his exposure each week. He's not throwing the ball 35 or 40 times. You're right. They're running the football. They've got a good running game and they're good in the kicking game. So, Tua's going to be smart. He's thrown 9 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions in his 7 starts, Aaron. They're 5-2. He's putting them in a position to have a chance to win each week. And I think it's going to be much of the same against the Raiders. They're not going to ask him to, throw the ball 35 times. He's going to manage the game. He makes good decisions. He's very accurate. He can extend plays with his legs. They're going to rely on the running game, play action game, and a really solid defense to kind of continue what they've done. This has been an amazing run for Brian Flores in his second year. The Dolphins are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, right. They are at that 7th spot right now heading into the week. And you talk about the run game, and it's nicely paired with a strong defense. Miami has 26 takeaways this season. That is the most entering Monday Night Football. How do you believe, Rich, that this Raiders offense should game plan against a defense that has 20 straight games with a takeaway?
I know Josh Jacobs is not 100%, Aaron, but the numbers don't lie. And when they're able to run the football effectively, the Raiders usually win. And, you look at that game the other night, he had, I think it was 26 carries, but he only had 76 yards rushing. He averaged 2.9 a rush. They need to get more out of the running game. They've got this big, bad, nasty offensive line. I know they haven't been healthy all season, but there's still a bunch of big guys up front. They've got to be able to move people off the ball in the running game. And to me, that's really important, especially if you don't have your starting quarterback under center. The Raiders, when you look at them running the football well, it goes back to, week 1. I was there when they ran the football up and down the field against the Carolina Panthers. You have to be able to run the football. John Gruden talks about it all the time. The other area where they've got to be better is in short yardage and goal line situations. I cover my eyes every time the Raiders get inside the 5-yard line. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And last year was the problem. They got down inside the 5-yard line, I think 7 times last year, where they either turned the ball over or didn't score. And that's got to be a point of emphasis in this game. They've got to be able to run the football, and they've got to be able to finish drives down in the red zone.
Well, they're looking to see what they can do against this Dolphins team. They have a slim chance to get in the playoffs, but like you said, still a lot to play for, especially when it comes to evaluations this offseason. Rich Gannon, as always, we appreciate when we get to have some time with you. Merry Christmas to you and the entire Gannon family. Thanks,
Aaron. You as well.